Kanye West just made a very startling revelation. So he posted a song to his ex account and he captioned it with this. He said, "This song, Cousins, is about my cousin that's locked up in jail for life for killing a pregnant lady a few years after I told him we wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore. Perhaps in my self-centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when he was 6, and then we acted out what we saw. My dad had a Playboy magazine, but the magazines I found at the top of my mom's closet were way different. My name is Ye, and I sucked my cousin's dingling till I was 14.
The tweet was way better than the song.
Yeah.
And when I first saw that story yesterday, I thought to myself, what am I supposed to do with this information? Like, I don't want Kanye to tweet. I want Kanye to go get help. If he needs help, he needs to go get help. He's got all the resources. He's had all of the money. He's got all of the access to the best help. Go get help. Until he does that, everything I see him do and say just seems like a publicity stunt to me.
Well, I mean, it seems like he's trying to release and let things off his chest. But let me ask you, he said he showed his cousin the book, and then he did it to his cousin. So he is, taking advantage of his cousin. That's what pretty much he said.
Yeah, until he was 14 years old. And I mean,
what do you mean taking advantage of them?
Because if he gave his cousin the book and he did it to his cousin, he actually did it to his cousin.
Yeah. I thought he said they were doing it together. I thought he said
they were reenacting what we saw in the magazines,
yeah.
but he said he took the blame of showing the cousin this. Like, yo, this is what I want to do to you.
He said, we acted out what we saw, and then he said, my name is Jay, and I sucked my cousin's dingling until I was 14.
I want the record to show I was on this radio one time, and I said that, so many of Kanye's publicity stunts are falling short that eventually he's going to do his own sex tape, and I said that he was going to be on video trying to suck his own. Remember
I
said
say that, yes.
So I'm close.
Oh my goodness.
No.
A source close to
that man need help.
Yeah.
And until he gets it, everything he does seems like a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
And I just wonder
why do we need this information?
If the people closest to him, if they still care about the money, or if they really care about getting this man help.
Because
y'all don't think he's trying to.
I don't know.
To Justin's point, you don't think he's just trying to promote a record?
They're going to stream the song. At the end of the day, it's a win-win for him.
And this is a new angle. He's never tried the gay angle before.
Family business.
He's tried everything.
Well, he was saying he was gay when he was younger, but he grew out of it.
He did
say that?
Or he?
Well, no. If you're sucking pain until you're 14, it's like, come on.
I don't know what the point of the tweet was, y'all, but the people are coming. Gather thyself. Come back to the altar, okay? Boosie has come out in support. He said he feels bad for Kanye.
Yeah.
He's been through some stuff as a child. That's why his mind is so messed up. ASAP Ferg came out and said, good for Kanye West. Now you can be whole. When people start to act out, you never know the root of the issue. Sending love to brother. You're a GOAT.
Until that brother goes out there and really goes to get some help, it just seems like everything he does is a publicity stunt.
Thoughts?
He needs help.
Okay.
He's always needed help.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're that young doing those things, that it's come from somewhere else. I don't think he just saw it in a magazine, and I think maybe something else happened to him. I don't know. But either way, that is a significant thing that happens in a young person's life that they need therapy for, and he's never gotten help. So yeah, he's acting out, and I think he just, like he said, he's got all the resources.
Right. I hear
He's just choosing not to get the help because of whatever is in his brain.
I think you're right. I think he could definitely benefit from some help. I think, however, I do think that he's it's convenient because like Charlamagne said, he's never. They used it as the quote unquote the gay.
Yeah, the gay angle.
The gay angle, but also based off like Envy said, like he said that it's not even like he said that somebody did that to him, somebody essayed him.
He did it.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not. He's really not the victim in that. Like.
Yeah.
So and I also think that I don't know. I just think that like I'm not a huge Kanye fan because of the stunts like that and the KKK outfit and the fucking swastikas and all these different weird ass angles and whatnot. So I feel like he needs help, but I do think that at this point I don't think that he wants help. I think that he wants the publicity and the attention and this, that, and the other thing, because there was another tweet that he had that was like after that, and I'm sure I can't find it now, but I screenshotted it. So if I could find it, that'd be great, but I can't. But it was basically saying like he felt that being the victim or having people like reach out to him like is boring, like in concern or whatever. Like he quote unquote likes being hated or whatever. It was like one of those. Like I had the same face. So it's just like I don't know. It's very weird. And honestly, the whole tweet was about or had to do with his song called Cousins. I didn't listen to it, yeah. but Charlemagne in that clip said that the tweet was better than the song. Yeah. Or whatever. So it's just like it's always unfortunately an angle and whatever, and it's like unfortunately Kanye is like supposedly like a music legend, but I feel like the price of fame is really his biggest trauma.
I think his music is annoying.
Okay. I mean, I can agree. I honestly can agree with that now.
Yeah.
I think his music has changed over time to the point where it is
it's
annoying.
Just weird now.
Right now, it's like I think like because he's more concerned with. I don't know. I'm not in Kanye's mind, but go ahead.
I know what you're saying. I think he's more concerned with being like wild and out there instead of like when he was making music to satisfy the masses and what people like. Now he just wants to be insane and different. That's it.
You know what? I agree. I definitely agree.
And now people don't want to listen to his music because it's not like good. So now he's putting these things out for people to go be like, now I need to listen to that song to see what it is about.
Right, because there's definitely going to be, whether you and I don't listen to it, there's definitely going to be a percentage of the population that does go listen to it and whatnot.
Right. I'm not going to listen to it. I'm taking a stand.
Oh, like you're boycotting? You're boycotting Kanye?
Yeah.
Now, the funny thing is before this tweet, maybe March 23rd, so about a month ago, Iggy Azalea and Kanye had a little bit of a rift on Twitter, and I wonder what Sarah would say with this about this tweet by Iggy Azalea. Iggy Azalea says, "It's crazy how much I actually know about that man," referring to Kanye, "and the things I could say. Thankfully, I'm nice and don't want to involve people who don't deserve to be mixed into his manic episode. But let's keep it cute because I know who you send your penis pictures to and the weird fantasies you have / share with other men. Most of Hollywood does. It's not a very well kept secret." Now, after this fast forward to now with this new Kanye tweet, do you feel like there's truth to Iggy Azalea's tweet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. You know what? And it's sad to say, but maybe he is wrestling with the fact that he truly is gay.
Hot take.
And maybe because I mean, like, look at all of the men in like the 50s, 60s when it wasn't like societally acceptable. Like, it is more now, and there are some places where being gay is not acceptable still.
Right.
But if you think about it, like, think of the sheer number of like serial killers that have gay tendencies.
I don't frequent on serial killer documentaries.
Well, some people might, but give me a big thing.
Can you give me like a round number?
Oh God,
it's a lot.
There's a lot.
Okay.
Like, they're so like in their world of hiding.
So Sarah's saying that gay people are serial killers?
No, I'm saying closeted people may act out because they're holding this deep secret.
Right. I'm not.
And maybe not so much.
I was messing with you with the first name.
Yeah.
But as far as seriously, what do you feel like closeted people, because they're so hellbent or like, I don't know, have different traumas or don't want to come out or like address the fact or admit that they're gay or whatever, that is what makes them kill people or drives them to?
I don't think that specifically makes it. Well, I think it clearly makes them have mental health issues, right? And mental health issues can affect you in so many ways. It can make you act out, it can make you do drugs, it can make you commit suicide, it can make you kill people, it can do a lot of things. So I think it can make you act out and say crazy things and do extravagant, wild things for attention, whether it's good attention or bad attention. You know, it's like children who are starving for attention. They don't care if it's good or bad. They're getting attention, whether they're good or bad. So I think that might be a take on Kanye. Maybe he is closeted. I don't know. And he's grappling with this. It's affecting his mental health. And that's where we're at.
I think that's a really good take, honestly, because that explores like a different angle and a different like explanation to why he feels the need to lash out. And honestly, like, more tweets, like, I wasn't gonna like bring up because they're not as relevant as this one, but he is. But I feel like it's so the initial thing that you want to say is that Kanye is looking for attention and looking for a reaction, looking for notoriety and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But no one actually, and then the no one actually thinks deeply for the why, because the why is always like his mom died young, or when he was younger and he's suffering from that, or he just wants attention, blah blah. But I feel like the closeted angle is so like a decent take, because he's always either bashing other men or like super like not even congratulating, but like sucking up to other men or whatever. And like sometimes he'll like it's one thing that's happening right now is that him and Drake have had beef, and Kendrick.
I'm just breathing.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if you didn't like Drake or something.
No.
But, him and Kendrick has always praised Kanye, but Kendrick has taken the stance that, especially after Kendrick won the beef between him and Drake, and Kendrick also performed the Super Bowl, Kanye has taken a stance against Kendrick and for Drake, even though they've had their beef and whatnot, and Drake doesn't really mess with Kanye. So it's a unique angle that like perhaps Kanye may look at Drake in a different light than most people do. Like he might favor him a little bit more than most, or you know what I mean? Like so it's like, I don't know, it's a lot. He needs to. I think he definitely. The thing with Kanye is he doesn't sit down with anybody that will really ask him questions that will like challenge him. That he sets it up to make him look make himself look good, and he not to really take any accountability, any of that nature. But it'll be interesting to see him sit down. Honestly, I feel the same thing needs to happen with Drake, because he's not as crazy as, it doesn't act as crazy as Kanye, but he does questionable things. I'm like, what is good with you, bro?
I think I was just thinking about this too. You know how Kanye like over sexualizes Bianca? That's his wife, right?
Yeah. Does he? I mean, and I think he does too. But is it him over sexualizing her, or is she? Because it's at the end of the day, she has free will.
She does. Well, we think she does, right?
We think she does.
Yeah.
Could she not?
I mean, she could feel trapped, right? She could feel like if she doesn't do these things, something bad might happen to her.
Like,
I don't know. Something. Okay. Anything.
Okay. I mean,
there's a whole world of possibilities.
How does she? Well, that's funny. I mean, honestly, this year should be interesting. I feel like it's been interesting, like, already. But as far as Kanye's considered, like, what if he does come out, like, legit come out in the like this year? But also, the quote unquote the damage that he's done is like, I think that it's damage. Like, it's obviously damage to his career and his reputation, but it's also damage to his children and I mean, I don't know what the type of relationship they have, but like objectively thinking, I would think that it is like, what are your kids gonna think, say, all that, like, because they already have to deal with their mom's history and paths and whatnot. But then their dad is currently making like doing crazy ass things, like dressing up as a Ku Klux member, or wearing swastikas, and confessing that he sucked his cousin off until he was 14, which is a very wild take.
Right. But how much do his kids know about that? Because they're all still pretty young, right? Except for North.
They're all pretty young, but it's also on the internet, so it's like anybody could be like, "This is what your dad said."
Them.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it.
And
depends.
it also follows them too. Like it's not gonna be erased from time or whatever.
That's true. But I think if they're younger, it's not gonna affect them until they get older if they don't know about it.
Right.
Which either way, it still sucks that it's going to eventually affect them.
Absolutely.
But he's not thinking about that.
But I like it's funny because we say that he's not thinking about it, and I would think that if he was a deadbeat father, he wouldn't think about it. But he's like I feel like he's shown enough that he's in his kid's life that it would be thought about.
But I think that if you have tendencies like he does, like he obviously has some narcissistic tendencies, right? So like that means he is his whole world, and yeah, he can care about other people, he can have these other people in his life, he can love other people, but he's self-centered, so the very first person he thinks about is always him.
Hey, if you guys like this video, make sure you check out these videos where we talk more about music, dating, and real life situations. Thank you for supporting the podcast. Make sure you check out these videos and make sure you subscribe. Peace.